What inner work can we do when we are in a narcissistic relationship that we cannot leave? This is what I want to talk about today, and I want to give you four major tips, I think, that can help you if you find yourself in this situation. And that happens a lot in a relationship with a narcissist, whether it's a parent, it's a child, it's a spouse, it's a boss in a job that you cannot afford to leave, or any other relationship that you're in. And you just have to be there for now, or even in the far future that you see ahead. And I want to give you these four important tips, and I divided them into A, B, C, and D so that it would be easier for you to remember and just use it in those moments that you have a hard time with the fact that this is the situation that you're in. So I'll start with A, of course. A goes for being active or doing certain actions. And what does that mean? It means doing things, active things that take you out of the situation. In a certain way it's a mental or physical escape from what's going on within this relationship. And I know that the words running away or escaping or whatever, certain times have not such a great connection, or people don't look at you in a positive way if you say, well, I'm just running away from the problem. I'm just doing something active that is not a solution, but it's just making me feel better at the moment. And I want to start with this and tell you that whoever is telling you this, that just running away or whatever is not good for you, probably or for a long time hasn't been in this kind of situation when you're dealing with a narcissist that you cannot disconnect or take out of your life, because the situation is very difficult, and escapism in a way is something that you should bring into your life and that you should encourage yourself to do. And that means just going out, taking a run or whatever, having a cup of coffee outside, breathing the fresh air, whatever it is that just removes you from the situation for a minute. If it's for a few minutes, for a few days, if you can. If it's a toxic working environment, taking a leave of absence for a few days, even though you don't have another solution for what it is that you want to do, just taking in some fresh air, some positive atmosphere, or whatever it is. Yes, running away for a little while and giving yourself some air is something that you should put into the tools that you have as you deal with this kind of situation, being in a narcissistic situation or relationship that you cannot remove yourself from. So that was one, taking action in the fact that you are just removing yourself, even for a little while, from this situation. That was A. B, and that is one of my favorites, I think, is belief. And what I mean by belief or believing is turning a bit inside or upward or whatever helps you, and asking yourself and training yourself, to believing in certain bigger truths, like this is a journey that I'm supposed to go through, and this is what my life story is for some purpose, and this is putting some meaning into the suffering and whatever it is in the area of believing and putting some mental understanding, and, as I said, giving some meaning to the situation. Anything that helps you out doesn't have to be a religious belief at all. Of course, it can be believing that God is doing this and everything else. But what I'm saying is just bringing something like God or a much greater power into this situation, and telling yourself again and again that this is either something that has a meaning that I'm looking for, that I even found, or that this is something that has a meaning that I don't understand, and I just, as difficult as it is, am trying to accept and to live through and to understand that this is my journey in this world and at this life. And that sometimes, or many times, brings a lot of relief to this situation and to the suffering that you're going through, which is very major. I'm not in any sense saying it's not. I'm just saying that taking action and escaping the situation for a while and believing that something is happening here that is part of your journey. Those two, A and B, are the first two tools that I want to give you and help you as tools that can help you deal with this very, very difficult situation. Okay, now we're down to C, and C is cognition and thoughts, and going into your mind and looking into your thoughts in two different aspects. One is recognizing the thoughts that make you weaker, the thoughts that make you feel that you're to blame for this, that the fact that you're still in this relationship is hurting your kids, is hurting your job, is hurting your performance in whatever it is, the fact that you're not leaving, taking all the guilt in and the bad feelings and the fact that it's your fault and all the pain and all the agony that goes around with this situation. Start recognizing these emotions. I have a client that even developed a small app for himself, and every time he had one of these bad thoughts, he counted them. He just pressed a button, and he noticed how many times a day these thoughts of blaming himself and these weakening thoughts are returning again and again and again. And he was amazed to see how many times this happens. But you don't have to develop an app. You can just look into it and try to see and recognize these thoughts that go through your mind and understand that this is something that makes you weaker. That's on the one hand of cognition. On the other hand, I want you to try and put into your life thoughts that make you feel better, like good for me that, I am happy that, I am doing this and that. Good for me that I found that this sentence, good for me that I'm exercising, good for me that I ate well today, good for me that I went into work today. Whatever it is, I find that people who are in narcissistic relationships or have been in narcissistic relationships actually, but more so people that are still in, have a very hard time congratulating themselves, giving themselves a pat on the shoulder and telling themselves that this is something that they're doing well and doing good and whatever. I'm a good parent, or I'm a good co-worker, and anything else that they feel that they are good at. That is something that gaslighting for years or even for a short time it damages a lot and makes it a lot more difficult for you to be able to experience that. And I really want to encourage you, see cognition, lowering down the noticing and then lowering down the negative thoughts and encouraging yourself to think good and highly about yourself. I really love the sentence, good for me that I am, and just exercising it, telling it to yourself whenever there's a round hour, I think you say, or whatever it is, and remembering to tell it to yourself again and again and again. That really makes you stronger against this toxic relationship that you're in. And number 4, D, is development. And I know that after everything that I said, this sounds really funny. Okay, what are you talking about? Development. I'm struggling for air. I'm struggling just to be alive. I'm struggling to be able to deal with this, to get up. If I'm a parent, to take care of my kids, or whatever it is. And I know you're right. And I'm not here to tell you anything different. But I just want to encourage you that if there is anything, even small, developmental, that you can do for yourself, whatever it is, if the relationship is at home, then do it at work. If the relationship is at work, and try to do it with your family. If the relationship is in the community that you're in, try to do it somewhere else. If you want to volunteer and go to hospitals, to whatever, to help somebody else. If you want to take a course or something that the narcissist won't be part of. If you, of course, going to therapy or to taking care of yourself that way, whatever it is that you think that you can do for your own self-development, studying DBT, which I'm very, very fond of, and I use it a lot in my clinic, of course, whatever tools or just self-development that you can do. Sorry, it doesn't have to be mental, it can be physical, it can be starting a different kind of exercise. I find that I'm just going to say it as it is. Many people who go through narcissistic relationships love swimming. for some reason, just going underwater, having this quiet time with themselves, with nothing else, like disconnecting from this world. I find that again and again with my clients. So if that's something that you think you can take on, then that would be wonderful. But anything else that would make you develop as a person, even in teeny tiny steps, that would be amazing, and that would help you also deal with this very difficult life situation that you're dealing with. And I have to say again, people haven't been there most of the time, don't understand and don't expect that. And using these 4 tools within yourself can help you build inner strength and encourage you and make you stronger in face of the narcissist and everything that you have to do with him, gray rocking and everything else. But within yourself, within the healthy situations that you have in your life, you're going to feel the change. And I really encourage you to do it. Active actions, running away in a certain way. Belief, finding meaning or just understanding that you don't understand the meaning. Cognition, recognizing the weakening and the thoughts and encouraging yourself to tell yourself good and good thoughts that make you stronger. And development, if you can, try to find even small things that make you develop as a person. That's it from now. Thank you so much. My name is Ruth Lax. I'm a counselor. You can reach out for me through this channel. This is a relatively new channel. I would love it if you join and subscribe, of course, and watch my next video, which is right here, I think, or here, whatever. And just send it over to other people who are going through this. This channel is about high sensitivity, codependency, and dealing with narcissistic relationships, this whole package that many times comes together. And that's it for now. That's it for my weekly Sunday video, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.